So firstly, welcome. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the honor of you visiting us. Huge fan of your rock star. You're a huge fan of your rock star cult following because you are a very different Guruji because people look up to you, especially the youth. The youngsters look up to you and they really take a lot of pride in supporting all the causes you champion. So, but let me quickly introduce you to my state, sir, Telangana. Telangana, as you know, is the youngest state in India. In fact, it was formed almost 8 years ago in 2014, June 2nd. And the subject that is close to your heart is also very close to our Honorable Chief Minister's heart. In fact, he is a very passionate environmentalist. And he's somebody who really takes a lot of pride in all the causes that you espouse, in fact. I don't think you've had a chance to interact with him directly, but he does talk quite a bit about you and your kind of work that you do. So one of the things we have done, which we take a lot of pride, is a program called Haritaharam. Now Haritaharam is the third largest effort in human history, where government of Telangana has taken it upon itself to plant nearly 230 crore saplings, almost 2.3 billion saplings. And so what we've also done to ensure the survival, because plantation by itself is not enough, planting by itself is not enough. So in our municipal and Panchayati Raj Acts, the two legislations that we brought in, we have earmarked about 10% of the budget of both villages and municipalities for green initiative. So it's called the green budget, 10%. And the second thing we have done, sir, I think which has brought in a lot of accountability, a lot of responsibility on the public representatives, is that if we do not ensure, if the concerned Sikh Panchayat Sarpanch or the local ward councillor does not ensure 85% of survival of the saplings that have been planted, he can be fired. His job can be removed from his job.
He is an elected representative.
Yes, but as per legislation, the elected representative has certain roles and responsibilities, and if he doesn't fulfill it, there is a reason why he should be removed. And we wanted to ensure that this green initiative is taken seriously. As a result, sir, you would be very happy to learn that Forest Survey of India, they have recently issued a report, and 7.7% increase in Telangana's green cover. It has not happened.
Fantastic.
So it has not happened in the past, and we are very proud of it. That's the first thing, sir. The second thing I'll tell you, sir, which again could be of interest to you, I'm sure it is of interest to you. The Telangana is a land of lakes and tanks. In fact, we are a very undulating state in terms of topography. So, sir, we have 46,000 lakes and tanks. Our Honorable Chief Minister, because of the way it is, Telangana's land is, and the topography is, the rivers two lifelines, River Krishna and Godavari, they flow at a much lower level than the land terrain. Now, what has happened is, of course, we've conceptualized and built large lift irrigation projects, including the world's largest lift irrigation project called Kaleshwaram, which has been completed in Telangana in a matter of 4 years, which is a record of sorts. But most importantly, when we go to Minnesota, they tell you very proudly that they're a land of 10,000 lakes. So, but we are a state which has got 46,000 tanks and lakes. So, our Honorable Chief Minister launched a program called as Mission Kakatiya, because during the Kakatiya Kings, they had actually,
That's when it was done.
yes, there had actually been a lot of tanks and lakes. So, under this program, we've revived, strengthened, and rejuvenated nearly 50% of the tanks, spending almost 22,000 crores rupees. Now, what this has done is in a district like mine, for example, Sirsila, which is where I represent from, groundwater has come up by about 6 meters. And as a result, this water conservation effort of Telangana government has become a lesson for the IAS trainees in Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy in Mussoorie. The water conservation in my district has become a interesting concept for them to learn, understand, and study. So, sir, we've done some things. Of course, there's a lot to be done. We've been also consciously trying to improve the soil health. In fact, our Chief Minister talks about soil health cards and how we need to reduce the usage of fertilizers and pesticides and ensure that soil is conserved and preserved. And more importantly, he also talks about intercropping and ensuring that we actually give soil room enough to breathe. So these are broadly some things I wanted to mention, but I would love to hear from you on your efforts for the last. So firstly, you're a fascinating man. You've touched upon so many subjects that I have so many things to say and so many questions to ask and so many points to make. But I'll just make 3 quick observations. One,
You talked about policy support. If you could possibly point out if there are any precedents in the world where somebody has done something which you believe is worth emulation, I think that would be a great start for us. That's the first thing I'd ask. The second thing, sir, I think every Prime Minister, every Chief Minister, dreams of doubling farmers' income. Including our Prime Minister, who talked about doubling farmers' income back in 2015. Of course, for a variety of reasons, that has not translated. But the fact is, if you make agriculture remunerative, if you make it like you were pointing out, 2% of the farmers actually want their progeny, their kids actually to continue in the same line of activity. That's primarily because it's not remunerative, it's not lucrative, it's not attractive enough, for them to want their children also to do the same.
I'd love to recognize one role model government leader to another. Excellency Chief Minister, Telangana is really a standout example of how you unlock the role of technology, science, and collaboration. Please, over to you.
Greetings to everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here and meeting all of you. I'm a farmer son. Agriculture is our culture. I can talk on food systems till tomorrow morning, but I will take only a few minutes. I represent Telangana, a state in India, as a new elected Chief Minister. Personally, I grew up in a small village. I understand farmer problems practically. In India, we have a big problem in agriculture, farmers' suicides. This is the biggest problem in India. They cannot sell produce, they do not get bank loans, they can't make profits, they don't have modern technology. Further, my party, Congress party, started a policy of minimum support price for farmers. We give direct money for farmers as investment. Its name is Right Bharosa. My government is a farmers government. I have a dream to make farmers earn profit more than MSP, just like return on investment in corporate sector. If we can do it, it will stop 99% of farmers' suicides. I request all leaders at World Economic Forum to help make farming a profitable activity. Farmers always help the world. The world must now help the farmers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have moved us all by putting faces to the names and numbers that we discuss here, and thank you for your comments.